Every time you see the little padlock in your browser, two computers just pulled off something almost magical. In a fraction of a second, your browser and a server it has never met agreed on a secret key without ever sending that key across the internet. And your browser proved the server really is who it claims to be. That's the TLS handshake. Here is exactly how it works, step by step. Start with the problem. Plain HTTP sends everything as readable text. Your password, your messages, your card number, all of it travels across dozens of routers, Wi-Fi access points, and networks you do not control. Anyone sitting in the middle can read it, or worse, change it. HTTPS fixes three things at once. Privacy, so no one can read it. Identity, so you know who you are talking to. And integrity, so no one can tamper with it. The S is a layer called TLS. To do that, we need encryption, and there are two kinds. Symmetric encryption uses one shared key to lock and unlock. It is extremely fast, but there is a catch. Both sides need the same key, and you cannot just send it over the internet, because anyone watching would grab it. Asymmetric encryption uses a pair, a public key that locks, and a private key that unlocks. Anything locked with the public key can only be opened by the matching private key. It is powerful but slow. So HTTPS uses the best of both. Asymmetric to safely set things up, then fast symmetric encryption for the real conversation. Here is the clever part. How do two strangers agree on a secret key in public without ever sending it? Picture mixing paint. Both sides start with the same shared public color. Each one privately adds its own secret color and sends the mixture. An eavesdropper sees the mixtures, but cannot unmix them. Then each side adds its own secret color again, and both arrive at the exact same final color. That final color is the shared secret. In reality, it is math, not paint, a key exchange, but the idea is identical. Both ends compute the same secret key, and anyone watching cannot reproduce it. But there is still a danger. What if the server you are talking to is an imposter? This is where certificates come in. When you connect, the server hands your browser a certificate, a digital ID card. That ID is signed by a certificate authority, a trusted organization your browser already knows. Your browser checks the signature against its built-in list of trusted authorities. If a fake server cannot produce a valid certificate signed for that exact domain, your browser refuses and shows a security warning. That is what stops a man in the middle from impersonating your bank. Now put it together, the handshake. 1. Your browser says hello and includes its part of the key exchange. 2. The server says hello back, sends its part of the key exchange, and presents its certificate. 3. Your browser verifies the certificate, and both sides use the key exchange to derive the same secret key. In modern TLS, this takes a single round trip. By the end, both sides share a key that never crossed the wire, and your browser is sure who it is talking to. From this point on, everything switches to fast symmetric encryption using that shared key. Every request and response is sealed, unreadable to anyone in between, and tamper-evident. That tiny padlock icon means all of this succeeded. The identity was checked, the key was agreed, and the channel is encrypted. If any step had failed, you would see a warning instead of a padlock. So the padlock is not just decoration. It is the result of a key exchange, a chain of trust, and a switch from slow asymmetric to fast symmetric encryption, all in milliseconds. This is the first episode of Under the Hood, where we animate how the tech you use every day actually works. If this made HTTPS click for you, subscribe. There is a new one every week. What should I break down next? Tell me in the comments.